Some incredible NBA action. Certainly what we have in store for us today. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with partners Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. Someone we'll be keeping an eye on certainly today, Jeremy Lin.
And I don't know if there are too many players who start the break as well as he does. It's not just the accuracy that he has on his outlet passes, but how quick he makes them.
Steve, it has to be said here that he operates the pick and roll to perfection. I mean, he delights in running unwitting defenders or blindside picking guys so that he can end up rolling into a basket.
After this game, the Rockets head back out on the road. They had a lot of momentum right now, playing well and looking very good.
And guys, you know, no matter what happens today, I bet they'll be happy to have this game behind them because it's the third one they've played in the past 4 days, and they've got to be ready for a breather.
And that's the hard part of a game like this, Clark. You're right. I mean, making sure your focus is on winning this game, not just getting through it. Very easy to have a letdown when you're fatigued.
It was a rough year for the Mavs and their fans. The first time since 2012 the Mavericks found themselves out of the playoffs. A big reason why is they couldn't get the wins they needed on the road.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
And back to the Mavs, 17-24 record on the road. You know, Steve, their struggles as the visiting team, you know, one of the reasons why they were only a 500 team on the season at 41-41.
And even though going 500 isn't a bad year for most, it is when you're the Dallas Mavericks and you're used to playing in the postseason. This was the first time in a long time, in forever, that the Mavs didn't end up in the playoffs.
Now here's Marion. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ellis. And Jones pulls it down. Now Harden. Dishes it to Parsons. On the wing, Jones. Back to Parsons. Jones in the post. Guarded by Marion. Good work defensively by Marion. So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And to do it on the road, too, I mean, with the way they just kept coming at them, they kept that crowd out of the game the entire time. That's good work.
Here's Lin. Here's Jones. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Jones has got his first 2 points of the night. And the action on hold, as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Yeah, and as many times as you see it, Clark, you never like to see a player have to come out of the game with an injury.
Especially when it's your own teammate. But the other guys just have to step up in the meantime to make up for his absence. Next guy up is what we say.
Vince Carter, he's checked in for Dallas. Calderon kicks to Carter. A three-pointer off the mark.
Still looking for that first bucket here to start the game.
Well, you look at the relationship between Dwight Howard and Kobe Bryant, and, you know, from a distance, it just appeared as though they weren't always on the same page, and that's understandable. I mean, two guys of that caliber, Kobe Bryant, a multi-time NBA champion, Dwight Howard coming off injury, trying to figure out how to make things work. Kobe always laser-focused and serious, Dwight more of a playful type of personality. You could understand why it might have taken them some time to get on the same page.
Here's Lin. James Harden picking up that last basket. Here's Parsons. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Parsons got his first points of the game.
Boy, nice bucket. They are really playing intelligently here.
And even though the lead's not large, they've definitely got the upper hand.
And Steve, going back to that difference in temperament, some teams are more fun-loving, while other teams are more intense and more confrontational. Which of the two is more conducive, do you think, to winning?
I think you can win either way, Kevin, but it depends on the personality of your team. As long as everyone respects each other, plays hard, holds one another accountable, you can do that and still have fun at the same time.
Here's Lin. Jose Calderon making his last shot. The jump hook. Almost, but it rolls out. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against New Orleans.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
Rockets leading by 7. Lynn gets a screen from Jones. Pass to Howard. Kicks to Harden. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Now here's Nowitzki. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Chicago.
And Kevin, don't forget about his playmaking in that game as well. He was wonderful in terms of attacking the defense and figuring out when to shoot and when to find teammates.
The Rockets have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Moment here now for an injury report. Let's check in with Doris Burke for an injury update on Monte Ellis.
Well, guys, the head athletic trainer for the Mavericks let me know the status. Unfortunately, guys, he said it doesn't look good. Losing a player like him in the meat of the season is tough for any side, and their depth will be tested during this time frame.
All right, Doris, really appreciate you finding out how he's doing.
Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope he's back out on the court soon.
Rehabbing is a tough process, Steve, and with any luck for him, it'll be a short one.
Here's Marion, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfect.
Harden the pass to Parsons. Back to Harden. Outside, Lynn drills the three-pointer. Lynn's got 9 points.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Calderon against Land. Carter outside. Nowitzki left side. No good on that last second attempt there. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Rockets ahead, leading by 9. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
It's a special.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Boy, the offense has been so smooth. Everybody working together, and you can tell they're getting good shots pretty much every time down.
Yeah, they're a well-oiled machine there. I mean, they keep the ball moving, they keep themselves moving, and as a result, they're piling up the points.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Larkin. Jay Crowder out there with Carter. Then there's Blair, and it's McHale in at the 1 spot.
Using his strength nicely there to ensure the rebound. Good work.
Brooks with it. Now defended by McHale. Brooks dishes to Howard. And that one's good. Howard's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Houston.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
Tell you what, it was a big move for Aaron Brooks last year because he was let go from the Kings near the end of February, but was able to work things out and make a return to Houston, the city where he found success early in his career. I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Outside, Garcia. Howard setting the pick for Garcia. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Garcia's got his first bucket in this one. And Brooks played in China during the condensed season in 2011, 2012. Aaron kind of got stuck over there for a while, it seemed.
Well, he took a chance, like a few players did, by going over, playing in China, and not being able to get out of his contract until very late in the NBA season. But he's always been a productive player, very quick, kind of an instant offense type guy off the bench.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Kevin McHale coaching his team during that break. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. He also went on to say that he wants to see good movement on the perimeter and plays being run to get their outside shooters open. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. No luck that time either.
Hey, there was no question about it. Everybody knew DeJuan Blair had talent when he came into the NBA, but people were scared off because he had no ACLs in his knees. A valid reason if you look at it from that standpoint, but he continues to prove the detractors wrong by still being in the league.
Mavericks trail by 10. Here's McHale. Second shot opportunity, and there's the layup. Count the bucket from Blair. Blair's got his first points of the night. Rockets leading by 8. Brooks outside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for DeJuan Blair, it started to become difficult for him to carve out minutes with all the front court talent the Spurs have.
Yeah, now on a new team, getting a better opportunity. And you know his rebounding ability will always been there. That's something that translated directly from his days at Pittsburgh. But can his health stand up? Can his knees hold up? If they do, he's a very valuable player.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
Here is Brooks after the made shot from Crowder. Brooks kicks to Garcia. Right side Garcia. Brooks with it. And it's Carter picking him up. Garcia passes to Howard. Second chance shot. And there's a sweet move to the rack on the lay-in from Parsons.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
And for the Rockets, you look at how that strategy worked out for them, and it was exactly what they needed. Got off to a quick start last year, and you know, Steve, toward the end, their rookies were fresh and able to contribute when it mattered most.
You know, Kevin, it's hard for fans to see a player get drafted and not immediately see the floor, but a lot of times that's the best route. You know, you give a player time to adjust, you make him earn it, and by the end of the season, he can be a very effective player. I think plenty of the Rockets players proved that last season. Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
And stolen by Howard. Parsons up top, defended by Carter. And Parsons kicks to Brooks. And he gets the bucket. And now a 12-point Rocket lead.
And their interior defense getting exposed once again. How many open looks at the rim are they going to allow?
McHale, he's covered by Caspi. Carter left side. Blair the screen. Carter dishes to Crowder. That drops. Crowder's got his third basket of the night.
Shooting much better here in the second quarter.
Yeah, their offense has really come alive. Can they come back and even it up? That's the question.
Parsons on the wing. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. And that's now 7 points for Chandler Parsons.
Parsons was really a surprise coming out of Florida. Had a big impact in his rookie season with Houston. Very reliable in a lot of areas. Can handle the ball, can knock down a long-range shot, and a better defender than you think as well.
That is what makes Parsons such an easy guy to send down to the floor. You know exactly what he's going to give you on offense and is very consistent. The shot's good from Larkin.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Brooks outside. That will count. No good on that last second attempt there. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Rockets lead by 11. And it's time now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll be back shortly to get the second half underway.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And now get ready for the halftime report. We're happy to be part of your Sunday. The Houston Rockets in front against Dallas. Checking the conference standings will show this team sitting in 4th place. A great performance by Jeremy Lin in the first half. He's got 9 points, and he's had some good court vision, helping out in the assist department as well. And a tough matchup, but the Mavericks are staying afloat. They've been getting roundly outplayed up to this point, and they'll need a bounce-back effort to make up for it in the second half. They've gotten some great minutes out of Vince Carter, and what a game from Samuel Delembert as well. Still more NBA on the way. Real scores, real stats from the real NBA. It'll be Chris Paul picked up
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. It's been one outstanding game from Lin.
Well, he created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with his shot making, too. Really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
On either wing, Harden and Parsons. Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. And it's Lin in at the point guard. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Kevin McHale.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious the defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
Good on both.
You know, Dirk is one of those guys, to me, who looks like he might be able to play until he's 50. That could be an exaggeration, but you think about how his game is foundation. It's all about skill, positioning, shot making, and he's not going to shrink anytime soon. So if a 7-footer can be strong enough to be on the court with his skill set, he can play for a lot longer.
Delembert with a screen on Harden. Back to Calderon. Wide open look, and he gets it to go. Here is Lin. He's got 9. Pass to Harden. Back to Lin. From outside, off the mark. Well, you talk about longevity, shooting and height are the 2 NBA assets that you don't lose with age.
Well, those are 2 of Dirk's big strong suits. You know, the knee troubles have cropped up, but if he can stay healthy, he should be able to help this team for several more years, I would think.
Parsons, the open look. Kicks it out to Harden. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Here now is the 2K leaderboard. Over the past month, these teams have tortured opponents defensively. Second, the Mavericks.
Yeah, what a month they've had defensively. They really get after it at that end of the floor.
Harden left side over Calderon, and it's blocked by Marion.
Ugly start to this second half, guys. They've missed all 4 of their shot attempts.
McHale passes to Nowitzki. Calderon against Lin. And there's the pass to McHale. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Now, here is Harden. T right on him. Parsons attacking. It's stolen by Calderon. Pass to McHale. Delembert with a screen on Harden. The shot's good from McHale.
A sensational run has them on the brink of tying it up or even taking the lead all of a sudden.
Steve, quite a turn of events here. I mean, they really snapped into focus in a hurry and tightened up their game at both ends.
Here is Harden after the made shot from McHale, and he gets it to go.
Well, you know, the Rockets really have embraced an up-tempo style. Last season, second in the league in fast break points and second in overall points per game, too.
Dallas calls timeout. And the stat-minded front office in Houston loves three-pointers and layups. They've let slip that they love attack guards. Steve, one who's going to get to the paint and collapse the defense.
Well, they've got a couple of good ones in Jeremy Lin and James Harden. But, you know, it makes sense when you think about the offensive efficiency, Kevin. Layups and threes and free throws, mathematically speaking, those are all, you know, high percentage plays. So the Rockets really, I thought, played their style well last year and played to their front office's desires. It's one of the reasons they're putting together something special.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Kevin McHale coaching his team during that break. The change he wants to see made is a defensive one. He talked to the team about closing out much more quickly on their perimeter shooters. He thinks they've been giving them too much space out there. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thanks, Doris. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Here's a look at some stats for Jose Calderon. Some good stat lines for him recently. You can put his numbers up among the best lately. He's putting up 14 points a night, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. And we're finding his name in a lot of different columns in their box scores.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for from him, Steve. He doesn't have to be the star, just somebody with solid contributions across a wide range of areas.
Great open look there. And it's an 8-point Rocket lead.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Mavericks have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break.
Boy, guys, it was a tremendous all-star season for James Harden a year ago. And LeBron James declared Harden a superstar. No small praise from probably the best player in the world right now. And I think people are coming around to accepting that Harden really is a superstar player.
And for Harden, signing a 5-year, $80 million extension with the Rockets last season, the Thunder felt they just couldn't afford to pay him that much with the luxury tax penalties looming ahead.
Well, they already had max players in Westbrook and Durant, so they didn't feel going forward that they could have 3 max guys. So Harden moves on to Houston. Turned out to be an excellent move for the Rockets. He played awfully well last year.
Hey, you really can't say the Mavericks were a bad team last year. They were just a little below par compared to what we've been accustomed to. They just were not nearly as deadly offensively, and that's always a recipe for struggles in the West.
Now here's Brooks. 6 points for him. Harden outside. Parsons sets a screen for Harden. Fires, high post. They get the rebound. It's deflected. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball.
Now that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Larkin. And the Rockets with possession here. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And Caspi kicks to Jones. And stolen by Blair. There's the dish to Ellington. Back to Calderon. He feeds it to Marion. He's looking for Blair and finds him. Crowder, the pass to Blair. To end the run. And the rejection by Harden.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
Dallas shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one drops. Dallas making a switch here. He's off on the second. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Rockets on top, up by 9. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Start your... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, with this assist, he shows you just what a well-rounded guard he really is. Kind of a combo guard, even though he's listed as a shooting guard. Really a diverse offensive skill set.
We're almost seeing more of that, aren't we? Almost guys that have point guard skills that can play both those positions.
Yeah, for sure.
On the floor for Dallas, Calderon is out there with Marion. Then it's Jay Crowder. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Blair in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Calderon against Brooks. From 15 feet away, and he gets it to go. Brooks has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Rockets. Mavericks trailed by 11. Here's Calderon, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Jose Calderon out of Spain is a terrific playmaker and shooter. He's not a guy who's going to put up big numbers, but you give him the keys to your offense, and he's going to make a lot of good things happen for you.
Dallas making a switch here. Dallenberg's checked in, so he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And going back to Calderon, as good as he is offensively, Steve, you have to manage his matchups defensively.
Yeah, especially in today's NBA, quickness can be so deadly, and I think it's true. Calderon sometimes is at the mercy of those faster point guards in the league, but he can really play. He does an awful lot of good things out on the floor.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
Feeds it to Marion. Here's Crowder, defended by Lynn. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Dallenberg.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Now here's Brooks. In low to Howard.
Well, you think back to 2011 and 12 when Dwight was playing his final season in Orlando. He just didn't know what was going to happen. He would say one thing, then do another. It turned into a long saga. And then it's kind of the same thing happened last year with the Lakers.
Carter, he's checked in for Dallas. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Calderon against Lynn. Calderon, no good.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
Outside, Lynn. Here is Caspi, defended by Carter. And the foul called on Sean Marion. And the Rockets making a change here. Jones is checked in. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Lynn kicks to Harden. There's the feed to Jones. Just 4 to shoot. Outside, Lynn from outside the arc. Houston gets it back. Howard's shot is good.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Dallas calls timeout. Well, getting back to Howard, he said he knew where he would sign, but there were all sorts of possibilities as he went Clark through free agency.
Yeah, Kevin, the contenders and pretenders ended up being clear fairly fast. I mean, as you might imagine, when a franchise player hits the market, there's a lot of interest, but ultimately he ended up here, which seems to be a really good fit for him.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. He said, listen, fellas, I know you're tired, but we can't coast. We've got to go harder. The win's in sight. We've got to power through it and go get it. Guys, pretty inspirational stuff.
Rockets leading by 9. Lynn dishes to Howard. Parsons outside. Here's Harden. Second shot opportunity. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I just like the way he initiates the pick and roll for his club. I mean, they use it a lot with him because of his success, and it's just difficult to guard.
That's right, Steve. Whether he comes off the screen and takes a shot himself or feeds it inside to the screener, an easy basket is typically the result.
Harden hits them both.
Talk about a terrific game for Harden. He has 15 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
Which can't be undervalued, Clark. So many times a game can come down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Calderon misses off the left iron.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
In the pass to Harden. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 5 assists in the game.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
Now here's Calderon. Marion outside. Back to Calderon. He dishes it to Dallenberg. And he gets it to go.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Dishes to Parsons. Howard's shot is good. Howard's got 4 points in the quarter.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. A statement victory for the Rockets.
You know, Clark, when you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
So you said it all there, Kevin. They were lethal from behind the arc.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Harden. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
Carter, that's good. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Lynn kicks to Jones. Count that one. And the Rockets lead by 16.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
Calderon against Lynn. Carter outside. Back to Calderon. Lets it go with a three. Another shot. Good D by Harden.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. How much to be critical of with this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed